Hey, America, Sean McGough. Hit that like and share and send me on the way. And if I make you laugh, make you pay attention, send me a buck. That's my tagline, too. Send me a buck. I'm working for it. You know, I'm going to try to make you laugh. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to let you in on something. I told you I got receipts. I hear things, and I've been listening now. I'm listening. And I'm listening to the radio right now, a YouTube guy, and they're talking about George Floyd. George Floyd, you know, he wasn't a good person. He did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. Nothing's going to make you... What happened to him is horrible, and there's no excuse, even if he was a bad guy. That shouldn't be... That's why we don't... You know, you commit a crime, they don't bring in your past, or at least they're not supposed to, I guess, when it deals with a different crime. I don't know how all that works, but I know I watch Law and Order. That's what they always say. Anyway, I'm not going to pretend to be a lawyer, although I'll play one on TV if you like. That's funny. Anyway, like I said, oh, Jesus. Something going on. I'm back at the island. We're going for a walk again. God don't like fat people, and I'm waiting on the interview. That's where I was going. $1 more than Marjorie Merkel. I got receipts. Yeah, I'm hearing voices. They're good voices. And I'm running with them because I'm embracing my insanity. Screw you. I've been crazy my whole life. I know that. I'll tell you the whole story about that even. And why I know I'm crazy. And why I hate people who say they're crazy. Anyway, that's a long story. That's neither here nor there. George Floyd, let me go back to it. They're talking about how bad he is, how evil he was. He did all this. He did. And here's my point. This is where the voices come in. What I heard. And I'm going to share it with you when I hear it. And this is what I heard. And, you know, yeah, George was a bad guy. He did a lot of bad shit. And it was his time to go, and God used him. God used George. George is in a better place. He ain't in heaven and he ain't in hell. These people who say, you know, they had past lives, well, that's a part of it. I joked about God with Beetlejuice. I was talking to someone. It's part of what made this click right now. Possibly. But bear with me. Because when I mentioned that to God, he said, shut up. But, you know, I got a point. Sometimes you die before your time. You're not going straight upstairs. There is a halfway. There's like... It's not, people are going to purgatory. Purgatory's not good. That's like, what's that old movie there with Bill Murray where every day is the same day and you know that every day is the same day? Well, that's kind of like purgatory is. It's just maddening, but you try to kill yourself and you wake up again and every day that's purgatory. Right there, that's purgatory. The best movie I can explain purgatory to you. That's how God, that's what it is. Anyway, back to George. George wasn't a good guy. We know that. But I'll tell you what, we were talking, and I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, you know, I feel bad because if we saw that first 8 minutes of the George Floyd video, maybe America wouldn't have got as angry as they did. We still need police reform, and it's more about using better tactics and the Krav Maga. I've watched the videos, but I'm not going to do it. I'm too fat and old, but it's hand-to-hand, and you're grappling rather than some of the things they use now. They started instituting the Marine Corps when I get out. I always thought they should have had it. I was way ahead of my time. Anyway, we do a little bit in boot camp, and all I can do is one little arm thing, but you have to grab me the right way. So if you're going to rob me, make sure you grab me. I'll have to stop you and do it because I only know one arm thing. And if you don't do it right, I got to go back. And Jesus Christ, a lot of work. I got no money anyway, so don't rob me. Anyway, come on, that's funny. I only know one move. Now back to George. I lost my place. This is what I truly believe, and I don't care if you believe me. I can only tell you what God told me and what I see, okay? And George's time came. Where the hell was I going with this? Holy crap, I forget things so bad. I'm trying to put this in a way that you can understand. And I already said, I think George was the wick that lit the flame. Anybody who would have gotten killed in that manner was going to be used. They exploited him. And he would have died from the drugs anyway. We know that. We pretty much know that now. He would have died. That was his day to go. But God didn't just let him go. God used him. This is where I was saying God used George. George didn't die in vain. This whole thing that's blowing up, this whole socialist, it wasn't supposed to happen this fast. They were supposed to slide it in, and we weren't even going to notice it. All right? George's time came, and George went. But I'm telling you right now, there's my point. George didn't die in vain. God used George Floyd to save America. Okay? God's pushing Thomas Sowell because we can have a one America. We don't hate black people. We like smart black people. And there's dumb white people, and we've been following them for years, and where's it got your black people? Check out Thomas Sowell, please. That's all I'm begging everybody. That's my main goal in life. I have 2 goals God gave me. Trump in the White House. Hell, that didn't work out. But I still think if he got in, he would have done 4 years. I said this was going to be his last year. If he got in, he would have done the whole 4 years. But for some reason, God told me the only thing that could stop him was mankind. I was just busted my buddy's ear for a half an hour. I apologized to him because I feel like I'm doing AA, but I'm not going to quit drinking. All right? I'm not going to quit cigars. That's definitely not going to happen. But I'm doing the AA where you kind of make amends with people. I think we can all make amends somewhere. But I was driving by. I saw you had his car out there. So I went and I said, hey, you know what? I want to apologize for being such a bad friend so many years ago. And I was an okay friend, a good friend. But he said, what do you mean? I said, really, the only reason I ever started hanging around with you was so I could get to your sister. And you know what he said? I felt bad about that for years because I still hung around with him after, but it wasn't quite the same. Don't date your friend's sisters. There's the message too. Don't date your friend's sisters because your relationship never is quite the same. Even if you try, it's just, and if you go trying to pick up another girl and he's there, you kind of get this weird jealous feeling like he's watching you. And even though you're not dating her anymore, it's weird. Don't do it. Don't do it. But anyway, he laughed his ass off and he said, that's what all my friends did. Jesus, I wish I knew that back then. We would have been closer friends maybe. But anyway, my point is, I'm hearing voices. Yes, I'm embracing those voices. Maybe I'm crazy, but I know crazy. All right? I'm embracing it, and there's good and bad voices. These are good voices. George didn't die in vain. God used George to wake us up and to give George something. He moved on. I don't think he went to heaven. I know he didn't go to hell. There's my point. There's a middle ground. And sometimes when you die early, you're not going straight up. There's more plans. And there's where I go. Chris Rock did a great movie. I thought it was great. I don't know how much views it got, but I thought it was great. Where he dies, he's a young comedian. He dies, but he wasn't done yet. So he ends up in this old white dude's body. And then follow the movie. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, God told me, do I think I'm the only one he ever talked to? All right? These guys got the ideas and they made a movie. They did whatever it is. We all get the same ideas. It's just recognizing them, seeing them. They heard the voice in their head. They got the idea and they ran with it. A lot of other people probably heard that same voice, didn't run with it. And maybe that's sometimes I'm maybe thinking Hollywood. Maybe they're not as crooked as I always thought they were. Maybe they just all have the same idea at the same time because God gave it to them and he wants to see who does a better movie. I don't know. So that seems pretty funny to me. God's clicking around saying, no, you suck, you suck, you suck. Do something conservative. I'm telling you, God's conservative. Stop with this whiny BS. Anyway, there's my point. All right? The voices are telling me George didn't die for nothing. God used George. And he's in a better place, but it ain't heaven. And it ain't hell. He's not in purgatory either. I don't know. Don't ask me where the hell he is. I don't know. Maybe you'll see somebody one day and you'll say, you know what? He reminds me exactly of George. That guy's not going to know, but you'll know. Same as the movie. Check out Chris Rock's movie. I'm telling you, I don't know where it comes from. Ride with me. It's not always going to be, I like politics, so I'm going to rant and rave about what everyone else does because they do the research. I'll BS on their research. But anyway, like I said to my buddy, hey, everything I just said in this half hour, even apologizing, is it worth $1? Would you pay me $1? He says, I'd probably throw you 10. I said, you're way ahead of the game. I'll give you 10. Anyway, America, we should be one. We can be one. Open your mouths. Take these masks. Take them down at least and say hello and smile. Say hello to each other. Let's bring America back. I'm trying to do it one at a time. I'm only one fat old guy with a few years left. That's what God's telling me. That's what that, hey, buddy, you're 53. And I won't tell you the rest of these things because kids might be watching, but he swears. He's I'm telling you, horrible. Anyway, it's supposed to be 10. Oh, it is 10 minutes. Look at that. I'm getting better. Anyway, George didn't die for nothing, people. I'm telling you. And we can come together. You just got to open your mouths. We can't call your congressman. Let's everyone get together. Call your congressman. You got to wake up to this socialism, please. If Thomas Sowell, I'm going over, but I'm going to repeat it until I see Thomas Sowell is at least on every person's lips. That sounds gross. Sorry, he's alive. What am I doing? I don't know. I just killed Thomas Sowell. Holy shit. God, don't you dare. Anyway, he's still winning. That's why the man's still here and the way he is right now. He's a voice from God. All right? And God's not done with him yet. You know what? I said before, when you die, it's not, I think I put it in the movie. I thought I put it on my confessional, but Jesus, it's not there. But when you die, it's, you know, what the hell was I going? I forgot what the hell I was going to say now. So that's what you got to say. I got receipts anyway. I'm telling you, everything, what God said, it wasn't there when I went back and watched. But there's a lot more. But these are things I'm seeing. George didn't die in vain. My point being, he's with God. He went to a better place. And, follow that Chris Rock movie. I'm telling you, sounds crazy. These guys get ideas, and we need to, there's good, there's bad, there's evil, there's whatever. Think what you may. I know where I was going. The guy's talking about George. I haven't seen it online now. I can't find it. George had a little video talking about how he's changed his life. That's what made me think of this. And these guys were making fun of George. Oh, sure, he changed his life. Sure, he changed his life. I believe he really was trying. And the devil got him again with the drugs. All right? Watch that video. I watched it. I felt it. I think he was really trying to change. At least he wanted to change. Don't always get what you want, folks. You don't always get what you want. That's life. But don't let him die in vain. I know a lot of people are going to say, screw that. I'm not saying build a statue to him. I'm an a-hole. If I ever become famous for anything, don't build me a statue. No, you know what? Put my name in a building. I'm okay with that because I'll pay for that thing. When you pay for it, you better put your name on it. Don't you be taking my name down if I put it on that building. You better leave it right where the hell it is. Anyway, that's my point, folks. We don't need statues in this. We shouldn't recognize bad guys for what they did, but I'm telling you right now, we just shouldn't, don't put a statue up for me either. That's all I'm saying. I'm in the same boat as George. There's a lot of us in the same boat. We just are able to freaking bail the water out of it sometimes and stay afloat. That's all I'm saying. Don't let him die in vain. God used him. God helped him. I'm telling you, I'm embracing those voices in my head. You come with me. And if I make you laugh and make you think, that's my goal in life. That's my gift. To argue. It's not such a bad gift. All right. Love you, America. Maybe you believe me, maybe you don't. I'm telling you just what I see. I can only tell you what I know.